for joining us for the Google Workspace Admin Workshop. My name is Susie Lee, and I am here with Anthony Jimenez. I'm a strategic account manager. I think I've met some of you, and a lot of you have probably already met Anthony. I've also got with me Paige and Desiree and Kyle, everyone on the team. We have disabled chat, but you're more than welcome to use the Q&A section to ask any questions, and we will try to answer all your questions, and we will have a section dedicated towards the end to go over Q&A. Just the content we're going to cover today, we're going to go a little bit over 66 degrees. We're going to go over Google's security practice and touch lightly on Zero Trust. Then we're going to go through all the admin features that have come out in 2023. We're going to go over Google Vault, endpoint management, Drive features, app sheet, and then we're going to have that dedicated time for Q&A. But feel free to ask your questions as you're thinking about them, and we're going through the slides. So a little bit about 66 degrees. We're a full stack engineering company. We are dedicated and a premier Google partner. We have over 50 distinctions. These distinctions range from Google Cloud, managed services, data analytics. We have a huge, probably one of the largest AI and ML practices. Our data team scientists are amazing. Happy to get you guys more information on that. We do DevOps, app modification, modernization. There's so much we do. And also we cover Google Workspace. A little bit about Google Workspace. If you are not familiar with our practice, we do end user training like this, unlimited support. We get a dedicated account manager, some of the folks that are on the call with me today. You have a really easy to use ordering portal. And then we do quite a bit of workshops. So we're going to do admin practices today, and then we do end user workshops as well. So if you want to send your end users over to us and you don't have to train them, we can train them for you on features on Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides, and how to be more efficient. If you haven't gone through a renewal with us, we're large advocates on being your voice with Google and trying to get you the best pricing. We also do strategy and workplace transformation. So if you guys are wanting to be more secure, you purchase another company and you want to do acquisitions or any changes you want to make in Google Workspace, we're happy to consult and help you at any level, whether it's just giving advice or actually doing the actual work. So reach out to your account manager for more information, and happy to get that for you. So a little bit about Zero Trust and security with Google. I am not an engineer, so I'm going to keep it very high level. But to basically Google's stance is to protect your corporate data while users work securely on the web from anywhere on any device. So the first part is very, very important, especially since we're in a hybrid environment. So your corporate data, we want to mitigate data exfiltration risk with data loss prevention. So anything that's customer-based, whether it's PII, HIPAA, or even proprietary information on your business, we want to make sure that your users are not extracting that data and taking it with them or sharing it externally or having any data leaks. So we will cover data loss prevention. And if you need more information, we can set up time with Anthony or any of our customer engineers to go in more depth. So let your account manager know if you guys are interested. Next, users work securely. We want to protect users in real time for phishing and malware. I know there's a range of users. You got users that will accidentally, click on emails that they should not. Maybe they're getting emails from your CEO from a bad email. We want to make sure that's taken care of. There's a lot of really great tools that are straight out of the box and available to everyone. Again, Anthony's a great resource, and we can go over that as well. Any device to control your critical application with Zero Trust. This is really, really important. There's a lot of really great things that we can show you today at a high level, but again, we can set up a call to go into more detail, and these calls are all complimentary, so let us know what you need. So the Zero Trust model, it basically goes around you trust nothing. Verify access point, while delivering a flexible user experience. So the first thing we want to do is identify the user's identity and their context. So making sure the user is who they are and they are coming in at an access point that is approved. We're shifting from networks. So instead of creating a moat around your environment, we're going to protect the actual application instead of just the environment. And then any location on any device, no VPNs. VPNs are a pain. They're expensive and they take a lot of maintenance. So we're trying to move away from that and go in another direction. We're happy to get you more information. And then giving users a choice with BYOD. I think a lot of companies are no longer providing devices. So to reduce costs and, giving either stipends or, so this is something that's really important. We want to make sure all devices are being protected. We love this visual. We understand that you may not be fully invested in Zero Trust. There's varying levels of where to start, but this is a really great visual to kind of give you guidance on where you can start and where you can start implementing these security features. So the foundation is identity groups and application management. So making sure your identity and access management is set up correctly. And then if you guys are using SSO or a third party or SAML, happy to make sure that those are all correct. And then creating group-based access control. Next, you want to protect your devices. Make sure you have an inventory. You have device management. If you guys use Chrome, make sure you're managing those correctly as well. And then the next part is a little bit more sophisticated, mostly for enterprise, but highly recommended. It's data loss prevention for Drive, email, using context-aware access. And then finally, if you guys want to use the highest level, there is a product called Beyond Corp Enterprise, which extends DLP policies and identity-aware proxy to the Chrome browser. So we can get you more information on any of these areas. Data loss prevention, this is huge. I am a huge fan of data loss prevention, URL filtering, context-aware DLP. There's so many great things that you can protect, whether it's PII, personal information. I can create regex and say anything that looks like a social security number, a customer number, or any information, I can have that restricted from leaving the environment. So you can block sensitive data transfers, whether it is to a desktop or a personal device. You can prevent download, copy, and print. And then you can customize and use warnings to bypass. So certain groups may have access to certain sensitive information. We want to make sure that is also protected and being monitored. So again, happy to get you guys more information on this and to make sure that you guys are following best practices. And now we're going to cover the admin section. So this is everything that's come out in the last year. Again, happy to get you guys more details on this. Unified auditing and the security investigation tool. So security admins will have a new interface that provides a simplified view-only version of events listed in the security investigation tool. So if you guys have any security alerts, this is going to let you know. And it depends on your SKU. So what we're covering right now is going to be for all SKUs. But if you have a business SKU, it's not going to give you a lot of details. But definitely let us know. We can help you track what it could be. More granular app access control for admin installed in the workplace marketplace. So basically, this allows admins to distribute marketplace products to specific groups using admin installed distribution method. Previously, this was domain-wide. Now you can do it by group, which is very convenient. Enforce admin allow list settings for the marketplace app install. This is also really nice because admins will be able to restrict users to only being able to use apps that are on the allow list from the marketplace. So you can kind of combat, shadow IT and people using apps that they're not supposed to be using. This next one, this is actually really big, workspace storage management. So if you guys are leaning more towards shared drive usage versus my drive usage, I know a lot of companies are doing this, you can actually control how much storage every individual user can get for My Drive. I would never set this to 0 just because email attachments, recordings on Google Meet are always going to go into My Drive. So I would move this to a lower amount, and we can help you, kind of guide you on bring up reports on what the average is and kind of pushing people towards shared drives. New membership limits. This is exciting because Google has been expanding this for quite a while. We are moving to 3,000 direct group memberships and 75 total memberships. This is a 50% increase in both. This next one I'm really excited about because we actually have 2 offices in India, and I always feel really bad because I feel like I'm butchering someone's name, but this was announced in December, so it should be out now. I can actually record my name, and other people can go on my hover card and actually listen to the recording, so there's no mispronunciation of names, and it's much easier when you connect with someone you work with and you're like, okay, I remember how to say their name right. Just refreshing. And enable passkeys for safer and faster logins. I'm told passwords are going to be a thing of the past in 2-3 years, and passkeys are going to be the future. This is a beta and it is available now, so you can skip password challenges. And if you notice, a lot of new SaaS products are working towards this solution, and you'll have a secondary option to verify. Granular admin privileges for Google Meet hardware. This is pretty cool. So customers will be able to assign more limited permissions around device management functionality for admins to use within their organization. So you basically have more control and take more action on Google Meet hardware within the admin console. And that is if you are using a Google Meet product hardware. Carbon footprint for Google Workspace. I actually haven't looked at this yet. This was delayed a couple times and I kind of forgot about it, but it basically will give you your gross emissions based on your usage of Google Workspace. Alert silencing for Google Meet hardware in the admin console. This is really nice. So if you guys are moving offices or you're going to make fleet-wide changes, you can actually silence the alerts that you get for, hey, your rooms are down, this is down. So instead of getting 500 emails for your Meet hardware being down, you can actually turn this off. And if you want to make changes in bulk, you can actually use a CSV file to upload any fleet-wide changes to your Google Meet hardware. Enhanced group management for Google Admin apps. So now they're offering an improved group management experience to show clear information to admins. It's a nice feature since sometimes groups gets bogged down. Custom OIDC profile support. This beta is actually already out. So OpenID Connect protocol, it's building upon OAuth. So basically this is what Okta is. So if you guys are using Okta, we did have a client that moved off of Okta and moved to Google. It's pretty rare because Okta is a really great product, but it is available for this profile and being able to use OIDC. So let us know if you need more information on that. We can get you more. Enforcement of two-step verification for all workspace admins. This is really important if you do not have two-step verification set up. This is to prevent hijacking of accounts. It's pretty important to have if you haven't done it, and we can get you more information. Advanced domain-wide takeout user accounts. So admins can export a subset of their user-generated content based on individual user accounts. This will allow customers to export just a subset of data rather than the full domain user-generated content. So if I need to export content and I only want chat, Gmail, and Drive, I can do that. Before I had to do 100% of everything. It took a very long time. This makes it a lot simpler. It flattens the data and you can export it. App badge for third-party OAuth applications. So admins can use app badges to make more informed decisions on the use of third-party application in the Google Admin Console. It's a nice feature there. Now we're moving on to the enterprise section. These are available for just enterprise, but they're pretty important. There is kind of a loophole where you can get reporting even with business if you have admins on enterprise. Context-aware access is one of my favorite things that's available enterprise. Basically, I can set context or conditions in order for you to access Google. So I can say you have to be on a company-owned device. You have to be on a company-approved device. You have to be on a minimum operating system version. You have to have, you have to be on a specific IP, a VPN, or I can even say you have to be in a specific geolocation. So another way to protect your environment is controlling how and where they are coming in from. So this end user remediation action is great. Let's say 66 degrees is only allowing the geolocation of the United States. I decide I'm going to go to Mexico and not tell anyone, and I try to log in and check my email. It's going to give me a remediation and let me know that I am outside a geolocation and I need to contact the admin. So before it would just block you out, and now it's going to give you a little bit more information on why you are blocked. Context-aware access for the admin console. So if you're trying to access the admin console, you can have a separate set of these conditions added. And then data loss prevention, or DLP, for Google Forms, uploading questions and responses. So maybe I'm sending a form to the client, it's inappropriate. I'm asking for social security numbers, date of birth, driver's license, all the things that you do never want to put into a regular sheet or a form. So it is going to see those violations in DLP and not allow it. The next one is really important. There's actually two things that I've actually moved to BigQuery. So Gmail post event and audit logs are actually available to be exported to BigQuery. The two great things about that is that right now, I believe it's only 180 days worth of logs are saved in the admin console. If you move this and sync it with BigQuery, you can keep it as long as possible or as long as you want. And you can actually create alerts within BigQuery to get notification for any suspicious activity, or if you're looking for something specific. Highly recommend this. We can get you more information on this as well. DLP labels as drive labels as a DLP condition. I love this. I'm horrible at labeling things, but this came out, I think, towards the end of 2022. You can actually create labels for documents in Drive. These are really awesome. So these are the ones we created. So internal confidential, private confidential, internal only, external sharing allowed, public visible. These are great because you can use data loss prevention to automatically put labels on documents. So we've got one called vodka. Vodka is a very naughty word at 66 degrees. So anytime the word vodka is used in a doc sheet or slide, you're going to see this internal only label added to this document. It's also going to have DLP policies where I can say this cannot be shared externally, this cannot leave a specific group or OU, or this cannot be download, copy, or printed. So there's a lot of ways to control how your data is shared, even internally or externally. So I'm a huge fan of this one. I think we've had hundreds of calls with clients on how to do this. Anthony's probably sick of talking about it, but we're huge fans of this one because it's automated. So this is the next part. So you can automatically classify with DLP Drive. And then IRM, I mentioned this before, is information right management. You can disable download, copy, and print for anything that's sensitive. So again, happy to get you guys more information. And if you guys are Google Chat users, I do recommend turning on DLP for Google Chat. This is, again, you want to secure your environment. If you allow external users to chat with your users, you definitely want to turn this on. You don't want them to be sharing sensitive information outside the company. I mean, I can send myself files through chat, through my personal email. Probably don't want things like that, or my personal chat. Probably don't want things like that. So definitely want to batten down the hatches on controlling what leaves your environment. Negation and dynamic group queries. Let's say you guys are looking for a specific group, but you know it's not in these specific groups. You can actually negate and not have to search everything. And then granular audit privileges. This is implementing zero trust least privilege requirements and gaps to achieve cybersecurity infrastructure security agency or CISA's advanced maturity level by introducing app level audit access privileges. It's a lot, but we can definitely help you get to that CISA level if you need. Context-aware access, again, I brought this up before. These are only available in enterprise SKUs. This is for APIs. This is pretty cool. So this allows security admins to extend the same context base to APIs. So admins can either create an allow list to exempt certain APIs from these controls. Maybe there's a vendor in Australia, and even though you don't allow access outside of the US, maybe you want that vendor to be able to access with APIs, or reverse, you can put restrictions. This we were really excited about. This is context-aware access in monitor mode. So let's say we want to shut down geolocation to the United States. Instead of me just shutting it off, and then maybe there's like 10 people that suddenly cannot access their email, we can put it into monitor mode and see who this will affect. So that way you can slowly walk your users through change management. You can send out communication that this is going to start happening. And then you can keep an eye on how many people this is going to affect before you implement it. So that's usually best practice. And we're really glad to see this out now. Before it was kind of a little bit of a, oh, geez, we don't know how many people this is going to affect. So we're excited for that one. If you use Active Directory or Directory Sync, these are the features that came out in 2023. I believe they are all available in beta. So syncing identities with Google Azure Active Directory Connect. Before it was only available for on-prem, now it is available for Azure as well. Map and sync system attributes for users for Active Directory, which is nice, so you can get more details on the user. And then Google Directory Sync, support for automating conflicting accounts. So it's going to look for conflicting accounts or multiple accounts and make sure we're consolidating those users. Directory Sync attribute with OU placement. This is awesome because now you can use OUs to sync with Azure. And I know this is a huge one. If you guys have done mergers and acquisitions, this is pretty painful. So instead of creating and duplicating, you can actually replace, if we purchase the company, instead of recreating everything, I can just replace the domain name in the directory sync. And I put that 66 degrees instead of acmecompany.com and replacing every single one individually. So I know that a lot of people are always kind of cringing, like, I wish that was out like 5 years ago. Enterprise Plus only availability. This is sovereign controls. So what sovereign controls is client-side encryption. It gives you the ability to encrypt your files on your desktop before you move it into Google Drive. But you don't lose any of the collaboration features, which is nice. So if I have a document, we're working on getting a contract with the federal government, and I want Kyle and Anthony to contribute, I can encrypt it on my desktop, upload it to Drive, and then the three of us can collaborate on it and not lose any of the features, but Google cannot scan these documents. So this is going to be more industry related. If you guys use FedRAMP, the military, there's a lot of different areas, or if you guys are in a restricted industry like finance or hospitals, this might be an option, but it does come at additional cost and you do have to be on Enterprise Plus. So again, happy to get you guys more information. Google Vault. So I have been talking about these for almost 2.5 years, and I'm happy to say all three are now available. The first one is export drive links in Gmail. So when you're exporting from Google Vault, that is your area where you do retention, You do litigation holds, you do e-discovery of emails and documents and pretty much everything you want. This includes Drive content and Gmail data exports where email contains a link to Drive files in the email body. So when you do that litigation hold or you're sending it off to compliance, it will also take that link from Drive as well. The next one is pretty huge. This one came out a little bit earlier. A lot of clients were waiting for this one. Admins can manage retention for their organization's data at a granular level by setting retention policies using Drive metadata. Drive metadata came out end of 2022, and it's very powerful. And you can use this to set retention policies so you can be really granular if you guys need something specific. Support for Google Calendar. I think this was announced end of November. This is also compliance team will be cheering. You can actually see export data from Google Calendar with all those litigation holds. So excited for that one as well. Endpoint management. I don't know what's going on, but somebody at Apple is playing nice and we love it. If you guys use Apple Volume Purchasing Program or VPP, you will be able to device enroll and supervise devices. So basically you can purchase Apple apps in bulk and distribute them to employees with iOS devices, and you can manage these license and distribution within the admin console. This is huge for those that are using VPP. This was announced early December, and so you should have this available. The next one is probably my favorite, as I have an iOS, I have an Apple iPhone. If you have an Android device, you have always been able to have a personal profile and a work profile. So the separation of church and state on your phone. Company does not have access to your personal information. The only area that they combine is in Google Calendar. That is now available for iOS users. So you can, it's more apples to apples for the mobile device management. And we are really excited to see this because there are a lot of iOS users. Google Drive, streamlined file organization with new Drive location picker. So they're updating the location picker in Drive. This is for the web. So when it's used, you can create shortcuts to items, and there's more modern UI and intelligent suggestions. Drive iOS Workspace Search History Information banner. It shows more information in this banner. It gives you kind of more information on your search history when it is turned on. Drive Android external input device support improvements. So if you have keyboard shortcuts, there's improved mouse support for external input devices connected to tablets. Improved requesting and granting access in Drive. I actually really like this. First, users can request and specify if they want view, comment, or edit access. Second, users can decline the request. Maybe I don't want to hurt Anthony's feelings and reject him straight out. I can just silently reject him and he will be none the wiser and just kind of wonder why I haven't approved it. And then third, users will be notified about pending access requests via a blue dot. So if you are in Docs, you'll see a little blue dot here next to the share button. That will let you know that somebody's requesting access to that document. Drive Mobile Home tab update and active view launch. I believe this actually was bumped until October or November. So you got that home screen now for Drive, and improved UI for doc sheets and slides. Users will get simplified, streamlined UI and improved collaboration in use cases. So it went from solid white to now we have that kind of blue tint in doc sheets and slides. So it took a little bit to get used to. Everything shrunk down and I can't find anything because I have bad eyes, but I finally got used to it. Use separate instance for Drive Android app to manage multiple accounts. This is for multi-account support. File owner notification for appeal decision. So if I have something that gets flagged by DLP, it looks like a social security number. It's not a social security number. I can actually request for it to be appealed and shared if need be. Manage folder sharing permissions for content managers for shared drive. This is huge. Admins and shared drive managers will be able to enable or disable the ability for content managers in shared drive to share folders. Right now, it's all or nothing. Now you can actually allow or disallow it. Business Starter will now include shared drive fundamentals, filter chips on the web, and then improving drag and drop support for Android apps. Updated drive, default layout to list view. I believe this came out in October as well. Some of these really get delayed. API support for expiring access and shared drives. So basically you can use APIs to allow expiring files within shared drives. You can do this from My Drive without an API. And then improve UI for drive menus. And then improved shared drive trash management. Trash will count towards storage now. So you will be able to delete everything within shared drive trash, and then automatically check that non-Google accounts have access when commenting. So if you share with someone that is not in Google, they'll make sure they have access beforehand. AppSheet. I do want to take a brief moment to talk about AppSheet. AppSheet is actually now available for all SKUs within Google Workspace for the core version. This is basically a low-code, no-code application builder. So you have multiple products. If you have a database, you want to connect it to Slack or chat, and then you want to connect it to Salesforce, this is a really great way to do that. We can get you more information. We can get you a demo. They actually built out their templates. They added probably about 40 different templates in here in the last 4 months. There's some really, really cool things here. Take a look. Everybody should have access to this now. You do inventory, Kanban board, project tracker, onboarding training. There's so many different things in here, and it is included, and you can probably get away with not using other paid SaaS products. Beyond it being available for core products, there is now a database for AppSheet. This is a really great way to create a no-code chat app. And then Google Directory integrations, you can use your already existing directory. It will have all access control levels built in already, and then email auto-completion. So lots of great tools there. And then now we can open it to Q&A. Anthony?
We only had one come in, Susie, but I answered them via chat. I also just reminded everybody, if you want to ask a question in the bottom right corner where you see the shapes icon, you can click on there to access Q&A.
You can move it to the next slide. So if you guys need follow-up, happy to set up demos or any kind of additional Q&A section. So more about AppSheet. Yes, AppSheet is absolutely amazing. So let me put this template in the Q&A section. I can do this correctly. Oh, I can only answer, so maybe I put in chat. I'll put it in chat. So happy to get more information on AppSheet. We can actually probably do a demo and kind of, if you have a use case. This is really great for other departments. Like procurement uses AppSheet quite a bit, customer success, support. There's a lot of really great ways to use AppSheet, and since it is included, it's a kind of no-brainer. Another item that I would love to show you guys is tables. This is green-lighted to be beta, but it's still in Area 120. If you guys use anything like Airtable, Smart Sheets, this is a great substitution. It is included with Google. You get 100 for free. I don't think they're charging yet, but this is also a really nice product. There's a lot of great templates. This can build your app sheet as well. It can be used as a data source. So really cool things in here like Scrum Tracker, again, another project tracker, application tracker. If you guys don't have an HRM system, this is a really great way for application and new employee onboarding. I think I've got a few in here already created. We use it for a document approval process. So if we have like an MSA that needs to be approved in our legal team, it builds it out. It's really, really cool. I like this new onboarding. It, before they start, first day, first week, you can actually create a bot to go in and email. So lots of really cool things here as well. I think we're starting to get some questions, Anthony.
Yeah, I was answering a few of them just in our chat, Susie. One of them do we offer any more type of DLP, tailored specific training guides? We can definitely set up a call where we can kind of go through all those features for you and kind of like walk through how to set that up from scratch. There's also like a template that you can build out that Google does have implemented in there. If you're not sure what to search for, you can select one of Google's templates and it will kind of build out that rule for you.
And then the employee onboarding, like I said, I'm not very technical, but we could definitely have someone show you how to build out this employee onboarding. Again, you can use either tables or you can actually even create an app. And it's just having a database or having a source and being able to update. This is also really great if you have a spreadsheet that multiple people are changing things in. You can create an app as the front and make it much cleaner and more precise. So a lot of cool things there. Any other Q&A? I keep closing my Q&A.
Yeah, it looks like we have some pricing questions, Susie, on AppSheet for the enterprise version. I don't know if that's something we want to follow up with like offline, or I don't know if you have that price available now.
I believe the standard is $20, and I can't remember what the Enterprise Plus is, but they usually have a bulk discount, so we can see if we can get special pricing for you guys on that. And then if you guys need help building these applications, we have a development team that can help with that as well.
So there's another one about alert silencing. I'll put that link in here for your hardware on how to silence alerts.
Yeah, that was a big one. I've got some clients moving offices and they're just like excited about that one. As I mentioned, we do end user training as well. We try to create videos. We've got a little library of videos on, how to use doc sheets and slides, all the new features that roll out. So contact your account manager and they can share the available videos as well. Are there any resources built on AppSheet? So we do actually do We do a appathon virtually as well. We probably do that once or twice a year, but we could definitely let you guys know when that is available. It's a pretty good session where they go pretty deep into how to use your data, what types of data sources to use, and all the different tools you can do as applications you could add to AppSheet as well, especially with the different versions.
There are a lot about just alerts on how to get updated when new features come out. I shared the link in chat also for the Workspace blog sign up. You can subscribe to that, and any kind of new features that are coming out, you'll get like a daily email when those are available.
I recommend it. Yeah. And we, your account manager should be reaching out to you for quarterly roadmaps. Take advantage of that as well. And we have these sessions every quarter as well. So it's kind of nice to go through all the available features. And then you can have a private session with Anthony to go more use case specific. Unfortunately, we can't share this deck with you guys. I know all these features are already out, but Google's pretty strict about the end date. But we can send you information on their blog site with all the releases and dates.
Thank you so much. So I just wanted to ask, you mentioned that there was a daily email at one point. I wanted to get a follow-up on that as well.
About the updates, sorry. Yeah, I'll reshare that link in here, but it's just from the Google Workspace blog. And so you can sign up with your account, and then that will go through any of the new features that are coming out. You can even search there too on that page. If you, in the top right corner, there's the search blog, and you can search in there for new features. Like if you search like e-signature, that's a new feature that'll be coming out, and it'll give you some information. I don't know if you can pull that up too, Susie, just so they can see that Workspace blog.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that.
No problem.
Yeah, I always forget. I always get a lot of emails. Here it is. There we go. So you can sign up here on the right-hand side, it says subscribe by email. You do have to confirm, and sometimes half the time it goes to spam.
Yeah.
But this is really great. And once they announce this on this blog, it usually takes about 2 weeks. It'll give you a timeline on when something's going to be available. So if you are on rapid release, it's usually 7 to 10 days. If you're on schedule release, it's a little bit longer, like 2 to 3 weeks, but it'll give you details. And also, if you are on rapid release, you can choose what areas you want rapid release. Like if you want a lot of the chat features, but you don't want the admin features, you can select and choose on that as well. But highly recommend this Workspace updates. Searching is kind of a nightmare because it's so broad and there's so much information, but it's still pretty good.
And that's I think that's everything for now. I'll definitely follow up with my account contact though.
All right, so we will process this recording and we can have it available to everyone that has joined. If there's something you guys, again, if there's anything that we missed, or if you would like to have a session with Anthony or one of our customer engineers, happy to set up that with you guys. Just let your account manager know. If you don't know who your account manager is, you can use this hello@66degrees or account management at 66 degrees, and we can let you know who your contact is. And happy to set up sessions on AppSheet, DLP, context aware access, hardening your email with phishing, DMARC, DKIM. We're happy to help with all those. Anthony's become pretty proficient at doing this. You can probably do them in his sleep and backwards. Anything else, Anthony, that you can recommend for sessions that we do a lot of?
I think maybe just kind of be on the lookout too for that the end user one also, Susie, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to do another one of those.
Yeah, we'll try to do another end user one. It's really great because we'll go through like how to use docs. Smart Canvas is one of my favorites. So you use the @ sign. You have all these smart chips in here. One of my favorites is meeting notes. So if you have a living document that you use on a weekly basis with your team, instead of writing all the details on the notes, you can actually just put this in. You can use tasks. So you can say email client, follow up. And this check and plus sign, you can add, you can assign it to someone. I'm going to assign it to myself. I can put a due date, put today. You can assign it. Once you assign that, you can actually put it into tasks. It goes into your calendar. You have a task view now. You can see all the tasks that are available. And then I will get an email that a task was assigned to me. So there's a lot of really cool features that have come out for doc sheets and slides. So we go over this with your end users so you guys don't have to. Again, we have those videos. And there's a new product called Duet AI. It is the AI assistant for Google. Some really cool features on that. So we could probably have Dan do a session on that as well. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And again, reach out, let us know if there's anything we can assist with. And thank you for joining us this afternoon.